book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 10 in NLT. If a man who has married a slave wife takes another wife for himself, he must not neglect the rights of the first wife to food, clothing, and sexual intimacy. KJV verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. The book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 1. NLT. As for you, Titus, promote the kind of living that reflects wholesome teaching, the truth, sound doctrine. Teach the older men to exercise self-control, to be worthy of respect, and to live wisely. They must have sound faith and be filled with love and patience. Similarly, teach the older women to live in a way that honors God Yahweh. They must not slander others or be heavy drinkers. Instead, they should teach others what is good, meaning right. These older women must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children, to live wisely and be pure, to work in their homes, to do good, and to be submissive to their husbands. Then they will not bring shame on the word of God, Yahweh. In the same way, encourage the young men to live wisely. And you yourself must be an example to them by doing good works of every kind. Let everything you do reflect the integrity and seriousness of your teaching. Teach the truth so that your teaching can't be criticized. Then those who oppose us will be ashamed and have nothing bad to say about us. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Hawashah, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Begin with the 144,000 preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. As we started off with Exodus 21 and the book of Titus, the second chapter. How a man can have more than one wife. It doesn't matter if you're a slave. A man can have more than one wife, period. We can go into plenty of scriptures, but we ain't going to do it. If you ain't got it by now, it ain't for you to get. But it don't matter if you don't have it. Because we're in a time where you women going to cleave under one man. And if you don't have it now, and if you want to be protected, you're going to believe it when all hell break loose and you lose all your resources. And you want that protection. Now, as we read in the book of Titus, the second chapter, how Paul wrote that epistle to Titus so he could teach the men of Israel the right things to teach. So Titus, as well as the men of Israel, could teach the women, beginning with the elderly women, how they're supposed to behave and teach them the correct things. And the older women of Israel are supposed to teach the younger women of Israel the correct way as well. All right? So, I don't know who she is.
And calling it passion.
But she knows she's an Israelite. Virtuous Women, 1969. While single women are about to panic, and it's sad. No, it's not sad. I get why she said it's sad when you watch the video. It's sad because she's saying it's sad because these women, after all this hell and chaos, they are not going to want to get in order. As a matter of fact, let's get down the scriptures real quick. So when she said it's sad, she ain't lying. I understand why she said it. And it's the truth. It's the truth. And when you get second Esdras, is it 16? And 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges for amendment, but for all these things They shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So you see, people still gonna be doing what they do. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, meaning affordable. People gonna still be doing what they normally do because they think they're in good case. This gonna tell you that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So you see, hey, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So all these things are going to be going on, and you can have 2/3 of Israel, which concerning this video, we are focusing on the women of Israel, the wicked women of Israel. Okay, out of all these things that's going to be going on, they still going to be in the flesh. They still going to be these Babylonian American women. They can have that same mindset. Now the women, the elect women of Israel are going to come out of this mindset. All right, while these things are going on. All right. So I just wanted to make the point concerning why this woman right here, which I don't know her name, Virtuous Women, that's a YouTube handle, why she said, and it's sad. Because a lot of women of Israel are still going to be in this Babylonian mindset. They're going to still have a mindset like the women rule. They don't need no man, and they got it going on. All right? But you see, the great awakening, all right? While single women are about to panic, and they're already panicking, and it's going to get worse. So, real quick, Isaiah 4:1, which you started, the third chapter, it goes to Yahweh Shema Shah going to break these women down. All right? Going to break these women down. And the righteous women of Israel are going to get in order. But you read it in the NLT. It says, Isaiah 4:1, in that day so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. Right? So you see, you women are going to cleave to the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. And I want to read it in the KJV. And in that day, what day? The day of hell, the calamity, evils. 7 women shall take hold of one man, one Israelite man, or Israelite men, but the Israelite women, you got so many women that's cleaving to a particular Israelite man to say, you know, a man of Yahweh Shema Shai. So you have the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's say, for example, I might be walking around with 2 women. Another man of Yahweh Shema Shai might be walking around with 10 women. Another brother of Yahweh Shema Shai might be walking around with 4 women. All right? And the women going to be in order. All right? And this is what we'll teach you because we're commanded to teach you the truth. All right? It says, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away thy reproach. Our reproach. Right? So you see, a man can have more than one woman. And we're here to tell you that so your women can go ahead and get your mind right, get in order. Now, so when they come, you won't feel some type of way. You won't have no type of jealousy within you, which it don't matter because the men of Yahweh Shema Shai going to kick you to the curb anyway. All right? You want to come, try to get with brothers and you want to act crazy. Because you best believe the women of Israel that believe in the truth of the scriptures and they know and understand that a man can have more than one woman. Hey, you women that don't believe in it, think you can just tag along. No, the women gonna tell on you, and you out of here. All right. Well, I want to play the first 5 minutes of this video. Is this the video? The first 5 minutes and 46 seconds of this video, and I want to play this video right here.
Bedwetting happens. Good nights can help.
Lord, this too. I love.
New Kleenex Snap and Go. Secure lid, clean tissues. And they're trying to.
She gorgeous. I love Ishmaelite women too. They bad, man. But right here, I'm gonna play right here the first 3 minutes and 12 seconds of this video. by Sadir Psychology, Why Men Need Two Wives. Now I'm gonna put both links to these videos, or the links to both of these videos, in the description box. And you women, like y'all, the women of Israel, y'all really need to watch these type of videos. All right, y'all should be their main subscribers. All right, she's Ishmaelite. She appears to be Ishmaelite. She could be an Israelite. You know, hell, she could be an Edomite. We don't know. But hey, she's talking with a lot of sense. All right, because hey, Ishmaelite women, they know and understand the truth concerning a man having more than one wife. All right, these other nations back east, they know the truth. A man can have more than one wife. All right, so y'all, the women in Israel, hey, y'all got to watch these type of women. Because they, as we always bring out, beginning with the elders and apostles of the great millstone by way of the Holy Spirit, how the women of the other nations are going to have to teach the women of Israel and guide them along. You know? Teach you how to be women, how to be feminine, you know, and things of that nature. And how to adjust. All right? Now, this is a comment right here. If you women got this type of comment right here, you got demons on you. Like, your ass crazy. All right? Because, hey, I've always said that, you know, the elders, you know, they said it first, that one woman can't please one man. So if a man walking around saying, man, I only need one woman. No, man, you need more than one woman, because that one woman ain't gonna satisfy you up in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, man. All right? And she gonna break down in the first 3 minutes. Why? All right? As we always say, you women can't handle, one woman can't handle one Israelite man. All right? Straight up. Well, you see this individual right here, I'm not going to read the name. It says, with all my different personas, my husband has 33 wives. Well, she got demons on her. She got demons on her. So she's trying to say she's enough for my husband. She's saying that she's enough for her husband because she got 33 personalities. Got demons on her, man. So if you women coming with that mindset, you finished. All right, but let's play a video first. This is the shortest. Why men need two wives. Remember, we're in a time where you women going to need the men in Yahweh Shema Shah. You're going to cleave on to them, too. And you ain't going to be back talking either.
No, I think, look, here's the thing. Faithful has nothing to do with how value you are. I don't think they're linked in any way, shape, or form. You can be low value and really unfaithful. You can be high value and really unfaithful or faithful. I just think that in my work as working as a therapist is another thing that women get very angry about. I'm a Muslim woman, so I think very differently, but also my work has confirmed God is true. Only the Islamic God, by the way, but it's true. And I'll tell you why. No God who made man would suggest one woman for the rest of his life and nobody else. And I'll be honest with you, and I tell you that because our sex drives are not the same. No, they're just simply not the same. You speak to the average 50-year-old or 40-year-old woman who's got 3 kids, how often she thinks about sex. Never. Hardly. You get some, but those women, usually in my experiences, healthy women, their sex drive decreases and decreases and decreases as in love with a man. So she might have met him at 20, by the time she's 28, her sex drive will be super low. Even though she's only 28 years old, it's just that comfort and security of a man just decreases and decreases her sex drive, which is not a bad thing. It's just how healthy women regulate. They don't need it all the time. Unhealthy, unstable women, their sex drive all high all the time. But really, stable women, because it's how our sex drive has evolved is we seek men for protection. The moment we are protected, we don't need to keep seeking men and seeking that it decreases. So ours decreases with comfort, ease, attachment. Theirs never decreases. I'll meet men who are like 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. I had a client who had prostate cancer and still went out and bought a pump so he could get it up, so he could go. And I was like, just give up. And he's like, no, you got to keep trying. And I was like, give up, take a break. Refused. And I thought that they would decrease with age. They don't decrease. And it literally doesn't decrease. I'm actually stunned when I speak to these men who are in their 60s or 50s, late 50s, and they're complaining about lack of, and I'm like, what do you mean lack of sex? Is that supposed to happen? They're like, no, I'm so frustrated. I'm like, the hormones are everywhere. I'm frustrated. I'm angry all the time. So So I just realized that it's difficult. It's far more difficult. One thing about, categorizing men that cheat as these dogs and these, but it's more difficult for them to be faithful than it is for us. They've done studies where they put hormones like testosterone on women just for a day, and she would say, oh my God, the entire day, all I could think about was sex. So we're built differently. We are designed so differently. So to expect the same laws and rules for both of us doesn't make any sense. So that's why I can understand why it's difficult for them to be monogamous far more than it is for us, because our hormones are just not the same balance. Now, they're going to go crazy. The girls will be like, oh, she's misogynist. It's just a fact of human nature. So that's why I think that I would say that it's far more difficult for men, because to get a woman who will keep your sex drive for the rest of your life, she's going to have to be super promiscuous, because a healthy woman, it decreases with each age. And I can understand why there's an option of marrying more than one. I can see why that happens. I've even met wives that are like, you know what, I wish he would just find someone else and leave me alone, because I don't have a drive. I have 3 kids to worry about. I don't have a time to be sitting there trying to, connect with him. So I can totally now understand why that rule was put in place.
And you think?
And there you have it. And I'll put the rest of the link to this video in the description box. And I just want to correct something she said. She's Muslim. So what she said, the true living God is the Islamic God. No, the true living God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name is Yahweh, and his only begotten son's name is Yahushua. All right. I don't even think I'm gonna let that slide, dude. But all heathens think their God's real, which is it's okay, but they're not.
Than calling it.
Now let's play my girl right here, Virtuous Women, 1969. Why single women are about to panic, and it's sad. So again, women of Israel, y'all gonna come into the understanding that you need a man in your house by Shema Shai. And adversity is gonna teach you that, man.
Hi all, and welcome in. Today's title might sound a little dramatic. The Great Awakening, Why Single Women Are About to Panic. But here's the thing. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being honest. And sometimes honesty sounds dramatic when you've been living in a fantasy. So let me paint you a picture. For the last 20 years, single women have been walking around with a certain confidence, a swagger almost. I don't need a man. I'll get married when I'm ready. I have time. I'm focusing on my career first. Sound familiar? You've heard it. You've probably said it. It's been the anthem of modern womanhood. Catchy, right? Empowering, even. There's just one problem. The anthem is a lie, and the music is about to stop. Here's what's happening right now. The economy is crumbling. Inflation is eating paychecks like Pac-Man. Jobs are disappearing. The cost of living is a joke that isn't funny anymore. And all those women who were so confident about being single, they're starting to sweat. Because it turns out, being independent is a lot more fun when the economy is good. When the economy is bad, independence starts to feel a whole lot like standing in a flood with no life raft. But that's not even the scary part. The scary part is what's happening to the marriage market. While women were busy chasing promotions and planning girls' trips, good men got taken, off the market, married, gone. And the women who are left, they're waking up to a harsh reality. The pool is shrinking, the clock is ticking, and the rules have changed. You can't show up at 35 with a list of 40 demands and expect Prince Charming to be waiting in line. He's not. He went home with the woman who figured this out 10 years ago. And here's where the panic starts to set in. You're gonna see it everywhere. Watch the single women in your life. The ones in their 30s. The ones who swore they had time. Watch their faces when another friend announces an engagement. Watch their social media posts get a little more desperate. Watch them lower their standards, not because they want to, because they have to. That's not a victory for feminism. That's a panic response. And it's only going to get worse. Because here's the truth. Nobody wanted to tell you busy being a boss chick. The marriage market is not fair. It doesn't care about your degree. It doesn't care about your job title. It doesn't care about how many countries you've visited. It cares about timing. It cares about fertility. It cares about youth. It cares about willingness. And if you miss the window, the market doesn't owe you a husband just because you finally decided you're ready. So yes, the Great Awakening is coming. Actually, it's already here. Single women are starting to wake up. They're starting to realize that the narrative they were sold was never designed for their happiness. It was designed for their productivity, for their labor, for their tax dollars, for their tuition payments. Nobody at the top cared if you ended up alone. They just needed you to believe you didn't need anyone. So you'd keep working, keep spending, keep scrolling, keep being a good little consumer. But now the jig is up. The economy is exposing the lie. The loneliness is exposing the lie. The empty apartments, the silent weekends, the growing dread, those are all exposing the lie. And women are starting to panic. Not loudly, not publicly, but privately. In the dark. At 2 a.m. when they can't sleep. That panic is real, and it's about to get a whole lot louder. So here's my question for you. Are you going to be one of the women who panics? Or are you going to be one of the women who wakes up, gets smart, and does something about it before it's too late? Because the Great Awakening is here. What you do next. That's everything. All right, so you're awake now. The panic is knocking at the door. You're realizing the old playbook was garbage. Now you move. Not frantically, not desperately, smartly. Here's exactly how. First, stop doing what hasn't worked. I know that sounds simple, but watch how many women refuse to do it. You've been single for 5 years doing the same things, same apps, same bars, same I don't need a man attitude, same ridiculous checklist, and you're shocked nothing has changed? That's not bad luck. That's insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So stop. Delete the apps for a minute. Change your routine. Change your attitude. Change your location if you have to. Do something, anything different. Here's a hard one. Take a long, hard look in the mirror. Would you marry you? Be honest. Are you peaceful to be around? Or are you always starting fights and calling it passion? Do you know how to respect a man? Or do you think respect is something he has to earn every single day, while you get a free pass for your moods? Are you someone a good man would feel lucky to come home to? Or are you someone he'd need a vacation from? If the answer isn't yes, fix it today, not tomorrow. While you're at it, learn to cook. I know. That sounds old-fashioned. You're a modern woman, you have DoorDash, you have a career, you don't need to cook. Cool. Enjoy your takeout while another woman is making his favorite meal in her kitchen. A man falls in love with his eyes first. He stays in love through his stomach. Call it traditional. Call it whatever you want. It's true. And the women who know how to feed a man, they get the ring. Go learn 3 recipes. Master them. You'll thank me later. Also, get off the apps. Just for a while. I know you hate hearing this, but the apps are a casino, not a matchmaker. They're designed to keep you swiping, not marrying. Every time you reject a guy because his third photo was slightly blurry, the app wins. Every time you think there's someone better one swipe away, the app wins. The house always wins. So leave the casino. Go outside, meet a man at the grocery store, at the coffee shop, at the gym. Real life, real conversations, real chemistry. It's scarier than swiping? Good, do it anyway. Now let's talk about your friends, your single friends. The ones who tell you that you're perfect just the way you are. The ones who gas you up after every failed situationship. The ones who are also single and also confused and also waking up to the panic. Here's the hard truth. Your single friends are keeping you single because misery loves company. Because if you get married, it forces them to look at their own lives, and they don't want to. So they'll subtly, sweetly keep you right where you are, with them, alone. You need married friends. You need women who have what you want. Listen to them, not the ones who are drowning next to you. Start saying yes to things you've been saying no to. That blind date your aunt wants to set you up on? Say yes. That guy at work who seems nice but isn't your type? Give him a chance. The singles group you've been avoiding because it's cringe? Go. Your type hasn't worked out. Your instincts have been wrong. So do the opposite of what you've been doing. Say yes to things that make you uncomfortable. That's where growth happens. That's where husbands are hiding. And while you're at it, stop leading with your career. I know you're proud of your job. You should be. But leading with your job title on a date is like a man leading with his car. It's It's boring, it's transactional, and it tells him you don't know who you are without your LinkedIn profile. Lead with your warmth, your humor, your kindness, your desire for a family. Those are the things that make a man want to marry you. Your job? He doesn't care. He really doesn't. Here's a big one. Stop sleeping with men who haven't committed to you. I know that's not popular advice. I know the culture says you can do whatever you want, but the culture is lying to you. When you give wife privileges to a boyfriend, he has no reason to make you a wife. Why would he buy the cow when the milk is free? That's not old-fashioned. That's leverage. And you've given all of yours away. Keep your standards high where it counts. Not about his height, about his commitment. He doesn't get you until you get the ring. Watch how fast that separates the players from the husbands. Start building a life that doesn't scream desperate. Desperation is a smell. Good men run from it, bad men love it. So what does desperation look like? It looks like bringing up marriage on the first date. It looks like saying, I'm ready to settle down before he's even asked your last name. Finally, here's the most important one. Forgive yourself. You made mistakes. You listened to bad advice. You wasted years on the wrong priorities. You rejected good men for stupid reasons. Okay, fine. You can't go back. You can't get those years back. But you can stop wasting today. Guilt and regret are anchors. Cut them loose. Forgive yourself. And then start moving. Because the women who win, they're not the ones who never made mistakes. They're the ones who stopped making them. So here's where you are. The Great Awakening has happened. You see the truth now. The panic is real. But panic doesn't have to be your ending. It can be your beginning, your wake-up call, your turning point. You can keep doing what you've been doing. Keep swiping, keep rejecting, keep telling yourself you have time. Keep listening to your single friends. Keep leading with your career. Keep giving away your power. And keep waking up alone. That's one path. It's comfortable, it's familiar, it's also lonely, and it's running out of road. The women who survived the Great Awakening aren't the youngest, aren't the prettiest, aren't the richest. They're the ones who woke up, stopped panicking, and started moving. They're the ones who realized that a husband isn't a reward for being perfect. A man that follows the Creator's laws, statutes, and commandments is a gift from the Most High. And they're the ones who swallowed their pride, lowered their ridiculous standards, and chose a good man before it was too late. That can be you, but you have to start. Today, right now. Not after one more swipe, not after one more girls trip, not after one more I'll start tomorrow, today. The Great Awakening is here. The panic is optional. Choose wisely.
And there you have it. She just gave you women wisdom, man. All right, like an elderly woman's supposed to do. Ecclesiastes 26, I think it's the first couple verses. Blessed is the man that has a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, meaning makes him happy, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a portion, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So you see, if you're not following Yahweh Shema Shai in truth and sincerity, you're not fulfilling your role as a woman and have the correct understanding of the scriptures, then you're not going to have a man on Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? So hey, be that good wife, which is a good portion, so that you will be given to a man that fear Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's read verse 3 again. Because you women got to understand, Yahweh Shema Shai just said what? The man is the prize. All right? Ecclesiastes 26:3, one more time. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? You're going to be given to a man in Yahweh Shema Shai. So, hey, like the Lord said, hey, what Yahweh Shema Shai put together can no man put asunder, man. So, a woman in Yahweh Shema Shai that's righteous and true, and in her femininity is doing what she's supposed to do, hey, you're going to be good. Stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shai.